Yo, what's going on, man? Today is the last day of March 31st. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show. We have about 8 games on the board for today. Did get a chance to kind of go through them all last night, make some plays that I like. Unfortunately, the lines are starting to move just a tad bit, but it's a couple more that I'm looking to play as well. So um, let's jump right into it for today. Yesterday, just two plays for me yesterday. I took that I took the recap page off. I took the oh, I took the under in the Clippers in the Cavaliers game that proved to be a loser. Uh, I thought the Clippers would play a little bit better defense. I thought the Cavs would play a little bit better defense. The game was just played at such a fast pace that it never had a chance, honestly. We did slow down in the fourth quarter at the beginning, but the Clippers weren't like out there playing any defense. They gave up 127. And the Cavs didn't care about playing defense because they knew the Clippers couldn't stop them. So I was wrong on that. Devin Booker under his 7.5 assists was easy. And it's interesting because I played the Clippers play a little bit bigger than Devin Booker's. I've been playing the player props a little lighter than the size and totals, but I probably should flip it or at least play them the same because I ended up still losing a quarter unit yesterday. And the other like really crazy thing is the short list yesterday. I had 8 plays on the short list. If you go back and look at it, and they went 6-2, and somehow I still found a way to lose money yesterday. That's how it goes. This under, I bet it. It lost. Devin Booker under his assists. I won it. Portland, New York over. I lost it. Josh Hart over his rebounds and assists was a winner. San Antonio team total under was a winner. Atlanta +4 was a winner. Toronto -4.5 was a winner. Houston money line. Easy winner last night. And I found a way to still find a way to lose money. So probably got to make a few more plays, but it's Sunday, I don't really trust the card on Sunday too much, but I was a lot more right than wrong yesterday on a lot of the plays that I picked. Just didn't pick the winners. And that's all that really matters. All right, let's go through a couple comments. Miranda says, good morning, Chris. What about that over? I was thinking about Miranda yesterday because I knew you liked the over. I like the under, and you were definitely on the right side. I love it. Says, I'm mad I didn't bet that Warriors game. I'm mad I didn't bet the team total over, especially after they covered the night before against Boston. GLB says, morning, everyone. Let's cash today. What's up, Mark? Appreciate you for tapping in. G. Harris says, DiVincenzo started it. Man, I think Isaiah Stewart started it. But that's neither here nor there. What's up? Brian says, let's get it today. About to sweep the board. Get it today. Swept the board yesterday besides Detroit. And what went on in there. Let's get it tonight. What up? LJ says, top of the morning, Chris. Bull streak stops tonight versus OKC. It already stopped. They lost to Dallas the other night. That streak is over with. We'll talk about that game. Good morning, Dante says, I feel goofy thinking about the Mavs wanting to tank last week. My bad. Phoenix looked finished. Yeah, man. I'm watching Dallas, bro. I watch these games. Dallas, and you just hear the sentiments and things coming out of the locker room. Yeah, Phoenix is cooked. And Dallas really wants to win. We'll talk about that game as well. What up, Justin? Appreciate you for tapping in as always, my brother. Good morning, Bitsy. What up, Hude? J-Man, what's up? I love it. Says, let's run it up. Good morning, Peasy. What up, Doms? OG points the wagon. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday too, J-Man. Sometimes I'm gonna have to start putting in a little small same game parlay, man. I talked about OG yesterday. I talked about Denny Avdia yesterday. I talked about Josh Hart, rebounds and assists. They all cashed, and I didn't put a single U.S. currency dollar on them. And I got to do a little bit better, man. Got to do a little bit better with trusting my gut, I guess. I hope people made some money though by tuning in. I love it. Says Detroit played strong before the fight. They did. Anthony Edwards couldn't really knock down a shot with that cast on his arm. He said after the game that he took the cast off at halftime, and the shot started to fall. And all they really had to do was guard Malik Beasley. I told y'all yesterday Detroit could get blown out, and they did. They looked really good, though. I like Detroit. I'm a big fan. But without Cade in a hostile environment, Detroit is Minnesota's number 6 in the Western Conference. And Anthony Edwards talked about it after the game. They had a team. Well, I don't know if it was a team meeting, but they had some kind of meeting the other day. Said they was trying to go 9-0. So we'll see. They're trying to get out of that potential fall into a play-in spot. It's very, very tight in the Western Conference with people that are paying attention to the standings. What up, Chica? Appreciate you for tapping in. Good morning, Jose. Anthony says, good morning, Chris and gang. Been a little minute since I caught it live. Let's get it today. Appreciate you for tapping in, Anthony. Good morning, Sean. Says Hawks money line was kind to me last night. I should have been with you, Sean. I want nothing to do with the Bucks without Damian Lillard. Except they do play the Suns next. So they play the Suns next. All 3 straight losses. They probably go smoke the Suns. What up, Bryant? Says went 4-1 over the weekend. Was a tough card today. Good morning, Smeezy. Good morning, Anthony. Says so many of your looks yesterday were on point. Thank you. Man, I'm glad you cashed, but it makes me shake my head because I do the work and then I don't make the bets. Good morning, Tariq. Says nice college Sunday for me. What up, DJ Props? Says Rockets made KD quit the game halfway through. It's tough in Phoenix. It's really tough in Phoenix too. Like, I don't want to keep talking, but to know the situational spot for Phoenix yesterday and to watch them lose the game, I mean, they got dominated. I mean, taken behind the woodshed, like my guy Jay Briggs said. Jay Briggs says they got smoked yesterday, man. It wasn't even close. And we're going to talk about that game between Houston and my Lakers tonight as well. Good morning, James. Cavs playing too many close games, Andrew says. Isaiah Stewart is not a real basketball player. I saw that this morning down on X when I woke up. Yeah, Isaiah Stewart, man, boy. I like Ryan Hollins as well. He's a little hothead, though. You don't want to get that reputation too early in your career. It's okay to mix it up. You don't want to be the guy that's always mixing it up, though. I think you need to go on Draymond Green podcast and they need to have a sit down. And Draymond need to teach him how to make sure he's staying in the league, to have some longevity in the league. Because I like that you stick up for your guys and that you kind of rough around the edges, but you probably need a therapist and a good talk with Draymond to make sure Ryan Hollins going to be able to stay around in the league. All right, let's jump into it for today. I went through a couple too many comments. Let's get into it. So jaXon is up first, your AI sports betting handicapping tool, partner, homie, whatever you want to call it. Yesterday, jaXon like Nas Reed up and over his threes at 1.5. It also like Denny Avdia up and over his threes. So let's see real quick. Did Denny Avdia cash? I'm pretty sure he did. I know he scored the ball well. Yeah, he hit 2 for 7. And Nas Reed shot before he got ejected. Nas Reed shot what did he shoot? Nas Reed only hit none. He hit 0 for 1. Only played 10 minutes because he was ejected. And then did I give you guys another one? Detroit, Minnesota, like the over. It did go up and over the total yesterday. I think it was 224.5, 225.5. It did go up and over the total yesterday. So that was a winner by jaXon. I told you guys to play that one if you like anything, just because the props were juiced. So 227 is what it got to. Shout out to Minnesota for having a big second half, 38 points in the third, 31 in the fourth. All right, so today jaXon likes Kobe White. For player prop wise, the prompt is same as always. What is the best NBA player prop based on last 10 game hit rates? jaXon likes Kobe White. He has a tough matchup today. His points plus rebounds is listed at 28.5. jaXon likes the over. He's hit it 10 straight games, averaging 34 points plus rebounds combined during the streak. OKC ranks third in defense against White's position, indicating a tough matchup. However, White's recent performance and high hit rate makes this line achievable. He's over the last 15 games, he's gone over in 86% of them, with the 33.73 combined points plus rebounds average. Last 20 games, he's hit 65% with an average of 29.7. So jaXon likes over 28.5 for Kobe White today. As far as total bets, I've been trying to give y'all two. As far as total bets, jaXon likes the over between, let me just make sure the number is correct. Number is not accurate, but it does like the over between the Kings and the Pacers. So Sacramento has gone over the total 8 of their last 10 games with the average combined of 246 points. Indiana Pacers have gone over in 7 of their last 10 games, combined 243 points. Pace of play, both teams top 5 last 10 games. Kings second, Pacers fourth. Creates a fast tempo, more scoring opportunities. Offensive efficiency, the Kings are third in offensive efficiency, while the Pacers are fifth, ensuring consistent scoring from both sides. I don't know if I got to double check those numbers. I don't think that could be right. Both teams have struggled defensively, with the Kings 28th, the Pacers 26th in defensive efficiency over the last 10 games. I'm not sure if that's right. Pacers defense has actually been good, but this is what jaXon is telling me. Key matchup insight: Pacers perimeter defense has been significant weakness, ranking 29th in opponent 3-point percentage. I don't know if that's true either. I feel like the Pacers 3-point defense has been good. Got to double check jaXon sometimes. It says this aligns well with the Kings' ability to score from deep, led by their sharpshooters, which they can't really score from deep. They don't have a bunch of sharpshooters from the 3-point line. So I don't know. I'm a little iffy on this one. I don't know if I play this, but jaXon does like the over between the Sacramento Kings and the Indiana Pacers at 235. Looks like the total's dropping. I actually like an under in that game, and we'll talk about it in just a second. But that's jaXon. You could use it to handicap the Final Four for tonight, in NCAA, of course, MLB for today, player prop size, totals, team totals, you name it. jaXon can save you some time on your research. So check jaXon out if you're interested. 5 free prompts per month, even if you don't want to sign up. But if you do want to sign up, make sure you use code ChrisBeCappinn with 2 P's and 2 N's to get 50% off your first month. All right, let's get into it for today. First game we have up, and I mean, if you're new to the show, you might be looking for Utah and Charlotte. If you're not new to the show, you know I'm not talking about Utah and Charlotte. So it's an easy skip right over that game. Maybe I'll touch on it afterwards. Let's get into the first one. We got the Clippers and the Magic. And the game will be played in Orlando today. I'm going through it yesterday, trying to get to the early line. And this line moved. It opened 1.5, 2. It's up to 2.5. I do see a 3. I saw some 3s last night before I fell asleep. And the total in this game has come down from 212 down to 211. So there's a little bit of money coming in on the under. I do see a 210 out there as well. So money is coming in on the under. All right, so Clippers have Kawhi, who should play. He was injured. He was on the injury report yesterday. He didn't play, but it was only because they were resting him because they had this game on the second leg of back-to-back. Amir Coffey is also on the report listed as game time decision. He did not play in the game on Sunday, but he was ruled out just for rest. So they should get a couple of their guys back. On the Orlando side of things, Cole Anthony is also listed as questionable. I feel like he's been missing games. I know he didn't play the last one. Corey Joseph played pretty well for him as well. So I'm not going through all my notes, but I'll tell you guys, I do think it's a little bit more of a Clippers spot than an Orlando spot, even on the second leg of a back-to-back. So what I put in my notes, so let me just start with Orlando side. Orlando, if you like them, you like that the Clippers can be absolute buns on the road. We just saw it last night against the Cavs, or yesterday against the Cavs. No defense being played. You know that whole saying, like, it's a matinee spot, so take the under. I wasn't even thinking that yesterday, but I was thinking that after the game, like, why wasn't we playing a little bit slower? It's early start time. I digress. Anyway, Orlando, if you like them, you like that the Clippers can be trash on the road. They're 16-21 against the spread on the road. Orlando's actually been covering numbers. They're 4-1 straight up, 4-1 in their last 5 against the number, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. They do got the extra day of rest here. The Clippers also playing third game in 4 nights. However, the Clippers have not been playing third game in 4 nights or second leg of back-to-backs without Kawhi this season. Kawhi's only played in 1 back-to-back on the second leg of the back-to-back. And in that game, they played against the Wizards. They beat them by like 40. So I do think having a healthy Kawhi Leonard, not expecting James Harden to play, I expect Norman Powell to be out there as well. I do think it's a Clippers spot. The Clippers are 4-1 ATS in their last 5. They even covered yesterday. And I talked about liking the Clippers and not laying the points with Cleveland. Probably should have played that instead. They're 4-1 ATS last 5, 8-2 ATS last 10. The Clippers have won 3 straight games against Orlando. They've actually won 7 of their last 10 against Orlando. They've covered the last 3 spreads as well, the earlier game in LA as well. And the Clippers didn't play Kawhi last night, like I said, so he rested. Orlando has played the 3rd easiest strength of schedule in their last 5 games. On the opposite side, the the Clippers have played the 4th strongest strength of schedule, and they're still top 10 offensive and defensive rated team in the last 5 games. If they don't rest anyone, I think they'll have enough to offensively to be able to get the job done. The Clippers also, they're good in road games with low totals. So I looked at, they're 4-3 straight up, 5-2 against the number of road games with a total that's below 215. So their defense typically comes to play. And I just think that they got a little bit too much offense for Orlando in this spot. I would be taking the Clippers at a pretty short number, thinking that Orlando will struggle to score the basketball. I think the Clippers can win the game by possession. As far as the total, I wrote in my notes under. Totals are 8-1-1 to the under last 10 between these two teams. Like as far as head-to-head matchups, the earlier matchup, this season went under 205 in LA. They scored 197 points. Orlando is 8-4 to the under, playing on the first leg of back-to-back games. I forgot who they play tomorrow. Orlando plays San Antonio tomorrow. They're also 4-2 to the under if they're at home on the first leg of a back-to-back. Orlando's also 9-4 to the under if they're a home dog in general, even though the last three have gone up and over the total. And the Clippers are 9-4 to the under when they're playing unrested this season as well. So some trends kind of supporting the under. I think the Clippers will be able to score the basketball here. I do think they will. And I think that's why you laid a short number. As far as seeding goes, really quickly before I jump into the comments, the Orlando Magic are in the 8th spot right now. With the Atlanta Hawks winning yesterday, they did jump a half game above Orlando. So yeah, Atlanta would host the play-in game right now if the standings were if the playoffs were to start today. Orlando got a lot to play for. They do got a lot to play for. As we see, just because you got a lot to play for don't mean you're always gonna win. And the Clippers are in the 8th spot as well. They're kind of like dangling down there with that loss yesterday. It set them behind Minnesota. Minnesota won, they lost. Now Minnesota has the 7th spot, and the Clippers have the 8th spot. So both of these teams got a lot to play for. I think the Clippers got a little bit too much offense. If you can slow down Paolo and Franz, I'm not expecting Orlando to be able to knock down shots from the outside. So Clippers would be my bet if I was betting this one. I didn't bet it yet. I just kind of want to make sure nothing crazy happens with the injury report. I don't think that it will, just because, like I said, both the Clippers need to win games. So, yeah, I lean towards the Clippers. Strong lean. I'm probably going to end up betting this one. Not just going to keep giving out plays that's cashing and not playing them. Let's see what you guys are thinking about this one. What up, Smokey Steam Best? What up, Chris? First time I've been able to catch it live in a while. Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Hope all is well. Yeah, it's definitely not. It has been a little bit better though, HX. I can reach out though. I can definitely reach out. Make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. But yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. User says, good morning, Chris and everyone. What up, bro? Appreciate you for tapping in. LJ says Clippers are 9-0 straight up versus the Southeast Division. They own the division down there. Okay. I love it. Says Zubak. Clippers win for Blaze. What up, Patrick? Brian says he likes the Clippers -2.5. Clippers, they match up well with the Magic. I'm on them back to back. I like it. Reem likes the Clippers as well. He got the money line -122. Couldn't talk you off that at a very short price. Right now, that number has moved. It's you can get a -130 on Bet Rivers, and I'm not opposed to it at all. You can get a -135 on ESPN Bet. I like it, Reem. I like it. Probably going to join you. Tariq says Clippers as well. Marquis says he took the under 212.5. The only thing that scares me off the under is that the Magic have been playing some over games. They're playing a little bit faster. And the Clippers, for whatever reason, their defense is a lot better on the road than it is at home. If we look at the Magic real quick, after the All-Star break, they are 10-9 to the under. So their games are averaging 215 points. If you look at them at home specifically, they are 6-5 to the under. Those games are averaging 216 points. They have played in 2 straight unders with the Mavs and the Kings. Kings just never showed up. But it's been kind of scaring me a little bit. They played 4 straight overs, so I'm off the total. But I couldn't talk you off. I hope you cash it, Marquise. It is the trends say under. I just think the Magic playing right now is a little bit more scarier to take an under. Parlay said, how you feel about Harden under his points? It's kind of low already, but he scores less with Kawhi and the Magic back in. Yeah, Parlay J, I couldn't talk you off. I'm gonna write that down. I'll write Harden points down. I'm not gonna go through it on the show right now, but I'll write down Harden under his points for sure. I'll look into the matchup a little bit more. Send it out to the members later if there's something that I add, because I do think if Norman Powell plays, Kawhi being back, it does mean Harden should be able to do less. Couldn't talk you off. She's like the Clippers as well. Chico says fade in the public, give me the Magic +3. I don't know how public it is, but okay. Let's see. Lee says cashed all week on the tanking teams, especially those in the bottom 3. Jazz, Hornets, Wizards. Yeah, they suck. All right. I think we did a pretty good job here. What up, Cup of Joe? Says, what good, folks? I ain't been in the NBA almost all March. MLB and the madness treating me right. Guide me, Chris. Hopefully we can give you some winners today, Cup of Joe. We're about to get into a couple of them for sure. Guys, on the truth says Paulo's hot. He is. I just don't know who's going to come along for the ride today. Franz also popped up on my insight sheet for Outlier. If I'm sharing a player prop, his rebounds and assists for Franz Wagner popped up on my sheet today. And I do think that he's in an advantageous matchup. He will be out there. He'll get the run. So I'm glad I mentioned that because I didn't write it. It's not in my notes. It's on my phone in the screenshot. Franz over his 9.5 rebounds and assists popped up on my sheet. I got it on my phone. Like I said, did not even put it in my notes. Over 9.5 rebounds and assists for Franz today. What up, Helms? Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. We are very, very close to WNBA season. We got about a month and a half left and pretty excited. Cup of Joe reminded people to hit the like button. It's all good if you do. If you don't, that's fine as well. Let's keep it moving. Next game we got up because I did make 2 bets today. Kings and the Pacers. Very, very close to pulling the trigger on this one yesterday. Interested to see what my guy Dom's got to say about this one. He is the intern Indiana Pacers fan. I like the Pacers in this spot. I do. A couple things here. So injury report first. LaRavia will continue to be out for the Sacramento Kings. Devin Carter is, I think, also listed as out as well. And then Benedict Mathurin will continue to miss games. I think it's a sprained right ankle, left ankle, one of the two. So the only reason I didn't fade the Kings yet is because they are coming off absolute beatdown. I mean, they went to Orlando, never got off the plane. They might as well have stayed in the hotel, lost the game by 30. And I do think that they're going to be fired up and motivated in this game. The problem, if you like Sacramento, is that Indiana also just lost. They went to OKC and lost by 20. So it's not like the Indiana Pacers are coming off a game where they won by 40. I was going through looking at the post game interview, and I was reading what Doug Christie said. He said, "quote Unfortunately, we didn't do anything we talked about or that we wanted to do. We walked through it. We talked about the importance, the sense of urgency. The energy wasn't there. It just wasn't there." And I do think you get the energy, in a game like this, especially, you got the matchups between Sabonis going back to his old team, blah. So what I'm looking at in the game now, I still don't want anything to do with Sacramento. I'll tell you guys what I ended up on, but I like Indiana for a couple reasons. Sacramento is really just trash right now. They're 1-5 against spread in their last 5, 3-7 straight, 3-7 against spread in their last 10. They're only 16-19-1 against the spread on the road. Indiana did smoke Sacramento in the earlier matchup. They beat them by 27 as a 3-point road dog. Sacramento's the 5th worst offensive rated team last 5 games. They're taking a bunch of mid-range shots. Indiana's mid-range defense is actually top 5 in the last 5 games. So Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis, not scoring a bunch of points in the mid-range, I think Sacramento's offense is going to struggle. Sacramento also isn't playing with much pace, playing very, very slow basketball. The Pacers are top 5 defensive rated team in the last 5 games. So Jackson was definitely off with that, with what it shared. On the full season, Indy runs a lot of pick and roll, top 5, 8th in frequency, 10th in efficiency. Sacramento is the 2nd worst pick and roll defense in the league from an efficiency standpoint. Teams are scoring when they run pick and roll against Sacramento. And I also like the Sacramento. If I like the Pacers, I like the Sacramento's dropped 3 in a row as road dogs. So the last 3 times that the Pacers were road dogs, that the Kings were road dogs, one of them was against Orlando. They were 1-point dog in that game. They lost by 30. They were a 16-point dog in Phoenix. Not sure how you lose to Phoenix given how they're playing right now. But you're 16. They lost by 16 in Phoenix. And they lost by 26 in Golden State. So they have not showed up in this spot recently. Something tells me they could play a little bit harder in this game. I still think that India is going to play hard. And if I'm betting it, I'm taking the point. I'm laying the points, minus the 5.5. It did open at 5, and now it's 5.5, and it kind of paused. And I was about to bet it last night, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just kind of see where the market moves instead. The total coming down, I agree with. The part that I agree with most, and if I bet it, I'm probably going to be looking towards the Sacramento team total under 114.5. And I know you're probably thinking that's crazy. Pacers don't play that much defense, Chris. The Pacers actually have been playing a lot of defense. Minus 105 on BetMGM is what this number was at last night. I'm just kind of waiting for it to open up and seeing where the market moves. It looked like it's going under, and I agree. Sacramento has played 5 games on the road with a total that's above 230 since the All-Star break. They've averaged right at 112. They stayed under their team total in 4 to 5 games. And the Indiana Pacers are 9-3 to the under in home games since the All-Star break. They're allowed in just 110 points per game. There was a couple teams that went up and over, but that was like the Lakers, who have a dynamic offense with Luka and LeBron out there, and Austin Reeves. Got to give my man AR some credit. I think the Bucks might have scored some points on the Pacers, but Sacramento's offense is not good right now, and I do think the Pacers need this game just as much as Sacramento needs it. So I like a team total under for Sacramento. Sacramento is in that last spot right now. It don't even look like they want to make the play-in, honestly. Not losing to Orlando in the way that they did in that last game. So, not that the game doesn't matter to Sacramento, because it absolutely does. But the game also matters to the Pacers. Don't want to get caught by Detroit, only a game and a half ahead of them. And they got the last seed right now in the Eastern Conference to get home court. They're in 4th right now. So, I like the Pacers. Didn't bet it yet, and I like the Kings team total under. Those are what I'm looking at. Bream says Kings up for me. Ugh. G says he got Pacers -5. Brian says Pacers -5.5. They're in a race with Detroit. Pacers today. LJ says Kings are 0-7 ATS in the first half on the road versus the Eastern Conference since January. Yeah. Mark says he laid it with Indiana -5.5. Tariq says give me the Pacers first quarter, first half, full game. Kings are tough to watch. I kind of think if you like them, Tariq, especially losing by 30, I think they'll come out with something here. The Kings will. I can see the Pacers starting off a little slow. But don't let me talk you off. I feel like when the Pacers cover at the crib, they typically jump on teams early. They're not a team that comes back too often. Lot of significance in this game for sure. I want to be on the Pacers though. I love us says I'm tailing. What you tailing? I love us. Let me know. Anthony says Clippers +2.5. They're actually laying 2.5, so it's the opposite way. And that's Antoine, my fault. Dropping down says Pacers first half specifically. Okay. Chico says I bet the over in the first game. Justin says looking at the Pacers team total up and over. Marquis says, since Mathen is out, what about Toppin up and over his points? So, Marquis, when I was looking at this game, and matter of fact, just since you said that, let's go over. Let's take a little field trip over to Outlier. I was looking at, I think the player prop could be Neesmith in this game. I mean, it could be. I think the one thing I know about Obi, because I bet on Obi maybe about 3 weeks ago. This is Outlier for people that are interested. There's a link in the description to get you a 7-day free trial if you're interested in looking it up, checking it out. So I actually think it's more of an Aaron Neesmith type spot. Let me just refresh real quick. Aaron Neesmith is the guy, in my opinion, that's going to get the run and get the usage as well. I forgot what it was that was on my sheet yesterday. Let me see if I can find it in my phone. I was going through some player props last night. Neesmith is in a pretty good matchup, man. And I forgot what it was too. It might have been points plus rebounds or something with Neesmith in it. I just think that based on the way that they play, Neesmith is going to be the guy that's going to benefit, in my opinion, without Benedict Mathen being there. So his, let's see, it wasn't his assist. I think it was more of an insight play too. Let's see if we got insight. Okay, maybe it was this. His 3-point prop exceeded his 3-point prop 1.5 in 8 of his last 9 games, averaging 3 made threes. That might have been it, because we know one thing about the Kings. The 3-point defense is horrendous. One of the worst 3-point defenses in the NBA. Real quick, to put some numbers to how bad Sacramento's 3-point defense is. They are 24th in opponent frequency and accuracy over the full season. Teams are taking and making 39% of their shots from the 3-point line. Last 5 games, even worse, 27th in opponent 3-point accuracy. Teams are shooting 43%. So if Neesmith is going to get the looks, maybe it's Neesmith up and over his 3-point prop in this game. Let's see how well he's been shooting it. 1.5. Yeah, look at this. 8 of his last 10 games, he's hit the over. 8 of his last 9 games, he's hit the over. So Aaron Nesmith up and over his 3-point prop. Not sure what the best odds are right now, but go check out Odds Jam. Link in the description as well. Find the best odds for Mr. Aaron Nesmith in this game. I think it could be a Nesmith spot. If not his points, maybe his 3-point prop at 1.5. He is shooting well. Look at that. Averaging 2.7 over his last 10 games, 5 attempts per game, and shooting 55%. That's what you care about. It's exactly what you care about. Oh yeah, Outlier just added this as well. These are recent players in the position playing against the Kings. So you can see Caleb Houston just hit 6. That's insane. Caleb Houston hitting 6 threes against you is crazy. Franz just hit 2. Denny Abdi hit 4. Lou Dort hit 3. Jaylen Brown only hit 1. Torian Prince hit 3. DeAndre Hunter hit 2 down here. Julian Phillips, hit none. And then Buzelis hit 1. So yeah, it's a nice little hit rate. I like Aaron Nesmith. Couldn't talk anybody off some Aaron Nesmith. Open over his 3-point prop today, or some kind of way to bet on the Pacers. I want to be on the Pacers today, even if that's a Kings team total under. Let's see. Pacers first half for Mitchell as well. I like the over 3.5 rebounds. Okay. Jose says Indy is good money today. I kind of agree with that. All right. Next game up, we got the Heat and the Wizards. I did bet this one. The number is gone though. Actually coming back down, I guess, a little bit. I saw it up to 9. I still see a 9 out there. I bet Heat -8. So you can still get an 8.5. I think they win the game by double digits. I did bet this one. I bet the Heat last night. So Middleton, we start with the injury report. Middleton is out. Keyshawn George is out for the Wizards. Brogdon is out. Bilal is out. Anthony Gill is out. And then on the Miami Heat side of things, they will be without Wiggins, but Alex Burke is going to play. He could go crazy in this game too. Alex Burke has been hooping. So you still got Alex Burke. Duncan Robinson is also out. I just like the way the Heat playing. I don't like the way that the Washington Wizards are playing. It's really just that simple, in my opinion. The Heat have actually covered. I haven't bet the Heat in a while either. It's been a long time. The Heat, they've won 4 in a row. They've covered their last 6 in a row. The Wizards are not great at any stretch of the imagination in anywhere that they play, but at home specifically, only 15-21 against the number. They're 3-7 straight up and against the spread in their last 10 games. 1-8 are the Wizards in their last 8 games. So not only are they getting smoked, but they're not covering spreads. Miami has won back-to-back games against the Washington Wizards, both games earlier this season. They've covered both games. The first game they won by 20. The second game they won by 16. And if you look into the numbers, Miami's offense has actually started to click a little bit. They're 9th in offensive rating in their last 5 games. Crazy to think the Heat, which 2 weeks ago they were, the worst offense in the NBA. Now they're 9th in offensive rating, still top 5 in defensive rating. I don't think that the Wizards are going to be able to score. Wizards bottom 5 in offensive rating and defensive rating in their last 5 games. For Washington, we know it's a team that likes to get out in transition. Probably won't be there. Miami is number 3 in opponent transition frequency last 5 games. Washington also likes to shoot a ton of threes. Miami's 3-point defense has been locked in right now. So, easy one for me to back the Miami Heat here. We just saw them play against a bottom feeder in the Philadelphia 76ers, and they smoked them on Saturday. I also considered a Washington team total under. I do see this total dropping, and I agree with that. If you want that team total under, you want to jump in now. It's 105.5. I'm probably going to stay off of it on Bet365, but I am expecting the Washington Wizards to struggle to score the basketball here. The Miami Heat, when they played against the Wizards recently this season, have really struggled to score. Washington has scored 90 points, and this was in Miami, and they scored 98 points back on November the 2nd. These were the 2 games played this season, 98 and 90. So 105.5 seems like a low number until you hear that they haven't gotten to 100 this season. So if you expect the Miami Heat to play with a bottom 5 pace, then yeah, it's going to be more of an under game. The total is dropping as well. So easy one there. LJ says Miami first half has been money. Tariq says Heat team total over. Brian says he likes the first half as well. I want to get in and get out with the Heat tonight. I think they covered a full game, but I can't talk you guys off for liking the first half. I know that Miami has been really good to start the games. Problem is, if Washington plays well at all, I think it'll be early in this game, just because they're coming off, a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. So I think if they bounce back, it'll be early here. First half spreads real quick. Let's just go look at it. So Miami is last 10 games. Miami is 8-2 in the first half. ATS, you love to see that. So yeah, I couldn't talk anybody up. Washington is 4-6 in the first half. Last 10 road games, Miami 6-4. ATS in the first half. The Washington Wizards are 7-3 in the first half at home. So they have been profitable, really profitable. 7-3 last 10 first halves, but we'll see how it goes. All right, enough on that game. Don't really want to talk about the Wizards too much. Next one, Celtics and Grizzlies. I bet this one as well. Let's see where the line is going. Not a lot of movement. I think you can still get a 4. I bet 4 for Boston. I did lay the 4 last night. It looks like it's up to well, you can still get 4 right now on Bet365. It moved to 4.5. It is 4.5 for most books, but it's still some 4.5s out there. Some 4s out there, and the total has started to move north. This was at 235.5 is what I wrote in my notes. It's up to 236.5 now. So money is coming in on the over. And I guess I agree with that. You look at the injury report first. Boston has listed Al Horford. They've taken him off the report. And Jaylen Brown is listed as questionable in this game. So Porzingis and Jason Tatum should be there. Derek White and Drew Holiday should be there as well. And honestly, this play is just me just not really making any Boston money and wanting to fade Memphis still. I know they just changed coach. We saw their defense still be terrible. Gave up 130 points to the Lakers. You know what the Lakers did well in that game? The Lakers shot the 3-point shot really, really well against Memphis in that game. And you know who shoot the 3-point shot better than the Lakers? The Boston Celtics. They scored 134 in that game, and they got hot. The Lakers scored 134 in that game, and they got hot from the 3-point line. The Grizzlies allowed the Lakers to shoot 44% from the 3-point line. They knocked down 19 threes. We know that's all Boston wants to do. And Boston is still playing really good right now. Really good form. 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. Memphis is just 1-4 in their last 5 ATS. Only 2-8 against the spread in their last 10. Boston does have revenge as well. If you remember back to the game that was played on December the 7th, Memphis went into Boston, beat them outright. 127-121 is a 7-point dog. I probably won't ever forget it. We were on Memphis in that spot. It was a 5th game in 7 nights for the Boston Celtics. Vividly remember it. Boston is 7-3 against the spread in revenge games this season. They've taken these games serious. We'll see how much they take this one serious. It is the last game of a 6-game road trip. Not the greatest spot for Boston. They have played 7 of their last 8 games on the road, but with a short number like this, I think that they are the right side. Memphis also has a big conference game tomorrow, first leg of a back-to-back. They got the Warriors tomorrow. They're just 5-8 against the number on the first leg of back-to-back games this season, 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 on the first leg of back-to-back. And then you start matching the teams up on the floor. Boston is number 1 in offensive efficiency. Memphis is 22nd in defensive efficiency. Boston is number 6 defensive efficiency. Memphis is 20th in offensive efficiency. Memphis like to get out in transition. Boston is excellent, top 5 in transition defense. On the offensive end, Boston, hot from the 3-point line right now, number 1 in 3-point frequency, 10th in accuracy. Memphis is bottom 3 in opponent 3-point accuracy last 5 games. They got like that Sacramento Kings 3-point defensive thing going on. So Boston team total up and over, Boston minus the 4. I played Boston minus the 4, but that's what I'm on for this game. Don't really like a lot for Memphis in this spot at all. As far as the total goes, because Boston defense has been so good, I'll probably be looking a little bit more towards an under. I know that they can come in here, slow down Memphis if they really wanted to. They also are 7-4 to the under in revenge games. 8 of their 11 opponents have stayed under their team total. Ja Morant, if you watched the game on Saturday, he was favoring that hamstring a little bit. We'll see if he plays. He did stay in the game. If he does play, I think it's a little bit more of an under. If he does play, I think it's a little bit more of an under. I don't think he's quite 100%. He's just out there trying to grind it out. Ja Morant under his 3-point prop is also something that is on my short list. Just watching him shoot the ball. It was his first game back. I'm not expecting him to be great in his second game back either. So look towards Ja Morant under his 3-point prop. He shot 1 for 5 against the Lakers in the last game. Let's see what you guys are thinking in this one. First half overs. DC De Niro says, which game? I'm not sure which one you're looking at. Justin says he also got Boston -4. Markel says I seen a 5 last night for the Celtics. 5.5. I thought so too, Markel. Maybe the buyback is coming in and people like Memphis in this spot. I already bet Boston though. Smokey says I took the C's -4 as well. Mark took Boston -4. He says they're rounding out in the playoff form. They are, and they are playing really, really good basketball. Brian says he got on 4.5 as well all day. Memphis again, too many turnovers. They can't get stops. Yeah, eventually they will, play well. I don't think it's going to be this game. I actually don't think it's going to be tomorrow either. I think Golden State going to beat them too in Memphis. And it's a big conference game tomorrow. Memphis needs every game. It's not like they don't, but they need every game right now. If you look at the standings, Memphis is actually in a free fall. We know that they haven't been winning games. They haven't been covering games. And they've dropped. I think at one point, was it Memphis? I think they were second in the playoffs behind only OKC, and Memphis is now dropped to 5th. They even below the Lakers. And Golden State beat them tomorrow. Golden State will be in front of them as well. They'll drop to 6th. It's not looking good for Memphis right now. 4-6 in their last 10 games, losers of 2 in a row. Everybody else in the top 6 is at least on a 2-game winning streak. And it just sucks that you got Boston today. They've won 8 of their last 10 and 9 of their last 10 and 8 in a row. She says Celtics are nothing. LJ says Boston 10-4 ATS first half on the road versus the West. 15-5 first half on the road in their last 20. So thinking Boston early as well. Celtics free money, I love it, says. Don't like to hear that, but makes sense. Mark says over. He likes the over. What up, G421? Yeah, it's also a revenge game. Justin, I said that. 7-3 against the number. I looked it up last night. Boston been taking these revenge games very seriously. We'll see. Candy says I accidentally bet Booker under points yesterday, and it won. I lost a 10-leg parlay. Thanks for all your great analysis. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Only thing he was doing last night was scoring through the first 3 quarters. He didn't play the 4th quarter because they was down by 40. But yeah, Memphis has been a head scratcher this season. Yeah, they'll get it right eventually. I think maybe they won't. Honestly, I haven't even looked into their strength of schedule, so I'm not sure. I know it's tough right now though. You got Boston today and Golden State tomorrow. We need Golden State tomorrow. The real ones, no. We need Golden State tomorrow. Golden State cashes us out tomorrow if they beat the Memphis Grizzlies for their team total over that we bet at the All-Star break. Triple J, I couldn't talk you off. He could be the guy that scores. The problem with Triple J is he scores a lot of his points in the paint, and the Celtics are one of the best paint defenses in the NBA. Not sure they're gonna put on him, but where he scores the ball at, Boston typically doesn't give up a lot of points there. But yeah, this is my thoughts. Memphis. Brian says Memphis. We made a lot of money with them. You got to think internally. The players might not be there. Might not be getting along. Yeah, I saw Santi Aldama and Desmond Bane on the sideline in that OKC game, looking like they was ready to square up. I don't know if Aldama wanted that smoke, but looked like he was all in for it. All right, let's go to the next one. We got the Bulls and the Thunder. This line is 14.5. 239 is the total. I wrote 239.5 in my notes last night. I wrote 14.5. So the early money has come in on on OKC to win and cover this game. You got to look at the injury report. It is, I think, interestingly enough, it is enough on the injury report to determine whether you want to play the game, though. So the Bulls have Giddey listed as questionable. Kevin Huerter is out. Lonzo Ball is doubtful. Trey Jones, of course, still is out. And then on the OKC side, Chet and Isaiah Stewart are both listed as questionable. I'm guessing one of them plays, but who really knows? Jalen Williams, big Jalen Williams, the light-skinned one, is also listed as questionable. No Wiggins, no Mitchell, but does it really even matter? OKC is a team that you either bet on right now or you just kind of stay on the sideline. And that's even with the Chicago Bulls coming to town. So ultimately, and we know Chicago has been really good. We talked about fading them in the last game, and they did cover against they didn't cover against Dallas, end up losing the game outright, but they were laying points in that spot. They've been really good as a dog. 4-1 ATS last 5, 10-1 against the spread in their last 11. But OKC is absolutely printing money at home. They're 25-10-2 against the spread at home, 5-0 against the spread in their last 5, 9-1 against the spread in their last 10. They've covered 9 in a row. OKC's won 5 straight against Chicago. They've covered all 5. They've also limited Chicago's offense to 110 points or less in all 4 games. It's the first leg of a back-to-back for Chicago. This is not a conference game. Tomorrow is a conference game against Toronto back at home. And it's the 3rd straight home game for OKC, so no travel at all. OKC is 13-5 against the number versus teams that average more than 117 points per game this season. They've covered 11 of their last 13 in this spot. They've covered 8 of their last 10 in this spot if they're at home. And as a 15-point favorite or more, they're 5-2 against the spread this season. As a home favorite of 15 points or more, they're 5-2 against the number, 6-1 to the over. So I'm going through the game. I'm looking at all this stuff that I'm telling you guys about last night. And I see that 6-1 to the over as a 15-point favorite. And that makes me think about the OKC team total. In home games with a total that's above 235, it's only happened 4 times. OKC is going up and over their team total every single time. So if there's a high total in a Thunder game at home, that means that the other team can't stop OKC from scoring. They've gone up and over their team total all 4 games. They're averaging 131 points per game. They scoring 125 in all 4 games or more. So OKC team total, I know is super high. The way that the Bulls play, it only makes sense that it goes up and over. I'm not thinking that the Bulls are going to be able to slow them down. When you think about the Bulls, they're the 2nd fastest paced team last 5 games. OKC 5th in offensive rating last 5 games. They got an offensive rating of 125.1. Chicago number 1 in rim frequency last 5 games. Probably won't be there in this one. OKC's top 5 in opponent rim frequency and accuracy last 5 games. Chicago likes to run. 2nd in transition frequency. 1st in efficiency last 5 games. OKC is top 5 in both of those categories. Number 4 and number 3 last 5 games on the full season. Number 2 in both transition defense, transition efficiency, and opponent transition accuracy, frequency. So it's going to be difficult for Chicago to score the basketball here, in my opinion. OKC's team total is 126.5, and it's juiced to the over. But I don't see a way that they don't score 130 in this game. I think that they get to 130, given the pace. We'll see what happens with the injury report. You want Chet or Isaiah Hartenstein in. I've been kind of waiting to bet OKC games. But, yeah, it'd be OKC team total over. Potentially, I don't really want to bet Chicago team total under, but that makes a lot of sense as well. These teams that play fast pace do not play well against OKC. That we just saw them smoke the Indiana Pacers. And the Indiana Pacers and the Chicago Bulls play a very similar style. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But I need Chet or Isaiah Hartenstein in, at least one of the two. So that's my thought process on this one. Let's see what the thoughts are here. Jaylen Brown cut his hair? I ain't see that. Ramadan is over. Justin says, I told your Warriors future bet. I was trying not to think about it. Yeah, me too. Until you get so close, right? You get so close and you just need one win. And the Warriors actually got a really difficult schedule coming up too. Not that they can't win one of those games, but you got Memphis tomorrow with the rest advantage. I need them to go ahead and take care of it tomorrow, because after that, they do got a pretty difficult schedule. After the Grizzlies, they play the Suns on Tuesday on TNT. Yeah, they got the Lakers, they got the Nuggets, they got the Rockets. So yeah, I'm gonna need them to beat the Spurs, the Blazers, somebody, because they do got a pretty difficult schedule. Not that they can't win games; they damn near undefeated without Jimmy with Jimmy and Steph in the lineup together. But yeah, we just need one more win. I need them to make the playoffs too. Giddey get back. He plays tonight. True says, yeah, Giddey is returning to OKC. I think they're probably gonna try to lock him up. Not that he hasn't been playing well. Brian says Thunder 14.5. Later point, Chicago again. Matchup. Thunder defense I trust in Chicago under. G421 says he's going to take the Bulls team total over. Giddy's return. He likes unders. I'm taking his unders on everything. Elsie's World says. Justice call me square or public, but I'm betting Giddy everything. Okay. Mitchell says, what are your thoughts on Giddy? I didn't look into it at all. I kind of forgot until y'all just mentioned it. I'll look into it though. I'll look into it after the show. Giddy, I'll look into it. Yeah, I'll look into Giddy. I didn't bet it though. Let's see. OG says Heat smoking that Wizards pack. I need him to roll him up tonight. Roll him up. Chicago with the points, Jordan says. LJ says OKC owns the East. I'm taking player props. I love us says. Helm says I laid the 14.5. It's plus 138 for Thunder to win by 21. Telling to me. Yeah, I mean, they're beating everybody by 20 plus. We talked about it yesterday, right? Or in their last game. I think I said that they had covered 8 straight spreads. They had won by double digits in 6 of the 8. I think it was something like that. But the true telling for me is, like I said, OKC's been laying 15 points at home. They've done that 6 times. They've covered. They've done it 7 times. They're 6-1 to the over in those spots. So they might not even want to play as much defense. But you can't stop them from scoring. Like I said, they've hit their team total in all 4 of the games. They're averaging 130 in those games. So I think Thunder team total is the best play on the board. I don't think the Bulls are going to be able to slow down OKC's offense. Bulls team total under for Jose. It makes sense. You can get a 112 if you got bet 365. Only book in the world right now. Well, at least on my live eye screen, that got a 125. I mean, that's got a 112.5 is bet 365. Shout out to bet 365. All right, next one up, we got the Nets and the Mavs. This one is interesting to me, man. So the number opened at 11.5. I think I saw 12 too last night. Let's see what I wrote in my notes. I wrote 11.5. No, I knew I wasn't tripping. It opened 12.5. It came down to 11.5. It came down to 11. Now it's come down to 10. Then it came down to 9.5. Then it went back up to 10. Now it's back down to 9.5. And now it's back down to 9. So this number is getting shorter. The total is dropping. And it's difficult to figure out if you want to take an over or under. I think, in my opinion, I like Dallas to win and cover this number. They don't have a game tomorrow. So let's talk about the injury report as well. You got Derek Lively listed as questionable. AD is probable. Daron Sharp is out. Noah Clowney is out. Cam Johnson is questionable. And without Cam Johnson, they definitely getting smoked. This Brooklyn Nets team is the worst offensive team in the NBA right now. I think they're worse than the Charlotte Hornets. Last 5 games, they got the worst offensive rating. Dallas has been cooking, man. 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. They just beat the Nets last week by 19 points as a 3-point favorite in Brooklyn. They beat them 101 to 100, or 120 to 100 in 1 or something like that. Brooklyn is the worst offense, like I said, last 5 games. They also have trouble protecting the basketball, 24th in turnover rate. Dallas is forcing the 7th most turnovers. Dallas is 22nd in points scored off turnovers in the last 5 games. Brooklyn is allowing the 3rd most points off turnovers. So I do think Dallas should be able to get out and score off the turnovers from the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn also shoots a ton of threes. They're not making them. They're shooting the worst 3-point percentage in the last 5 games. Dallas is also a top 3 defense from the 3-point line. Brooklyn is also 26th in strength of schedule in their last 5 games. Dallas is top 5 in defensive rating last 5 games against the 13th most difficult schedule. I have trouble thinking how the Nets are going to score the basketball here. You just hope that, the Mavs don't overlook them because they just beat them by 20. Dallas still needs to win games to secure, a play-in spot. Potentially, I think they can move up too. Let me just double check. So let's look at the standings real quick. I know they don't got to worry about Phoenix catching them no more. They got they only got they got a full 2-game lead on Phoenix now. And they're not catching the Clippers. They're not gonna catch the Clippers. They're 5.5 games behind the Clippers. But you do need to win. You don't want Sacramento to catch you. They only a half a game in front of Sacramento. And you want to host that play-in game. Right now they're in the 9th spot. So you do want to host that play-in game against Sacramento. I think Dallas wins the game, and I think they cover the number as well. Dallas is going back to my notes. I mentioned, Brooklyn playing really, really poor, worst offensive rated team against the 5th easiest strength of schedule in their last 5 games. Dallas is also 4th in points scored in the paint in the last 5 games. Brooklyn has given up the 5th most points in the paint. So Anthony Davis, PJ Washington should be able to live in the paint tonight. I think Dallas wins the game and cover the number. I'm not sure why the number is coming down. I know the Nets can be feisty on the road. They're 24-14-1 against the number on the road. I know that this is Dallas' first game back home after a 4-game road trip. I know that Dallas has played 8 of their last 10 games on the road. But for me, I still think Dallas can win this game by double digits. I think that the Brooklyn Nets are going to really, really struggle to score the basketball and protect the basketball, in my opinion. So those are my thoughts on this one. I didn't bet it yet because clearly I would be losing some value. The market's disagreeing with me. With it coming down to 9, I'll see how low it goes. But with it coming down to 9, it's an advantageous matchup. We'll see how low the line gets. As far as total, I think the Brooklyn Nets team total at 104.5 is definitely a look towards the under as well. I just mentioned all the reasons why I think that they're going to struggle to score the basketball. So what I wrote in my notes is Brooklyn team total under or Dallas against the spread. Dallas has won by an average of 10 points in the 4 games with AD back. Dallas has also allowed just 104 points per game in the games with AD back. Each opponent has stayed under their team total with AD in. So yeah, and then you got PJ Washington, Derek Lively potentially returning. So yeah, I think it's a little bit more of a Brooklyn team total under or Dallas against the spread spot, and that's my thought process on this one. Let's see what the thoughts are here. Joseph says, don't understand why the line is dropping against Dallas. I'm right there with you, Joseph. I'm trying to figure it out too. I'm feeling like an idiot, but it'd be like that sometime. Brian says Dallas first quarter, full game, no Cam. They're definitely in trouble. So I don't think Cam has been ruled out quite yet. He is listed as questionable. And it wouldn't surprise me if he was ruled out. He's dealing with a lower back contusion that he sustained during the Saturday's win against the Wizards. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Cam Johnson don't play, I don't think that the Brooklyn Nets get to 100 points in this game. I will be putting at least a little something on that Brooklyn team total under 104.5. Yeah, I disagree with that one. Markel says he's gonna take Clay 5 threes. Okay. Mavs team total over, AD points and rebounds over for G421. Justin says he likes Dallas to get to 115. Didn't look into PJ at all. I love us, but I'll write that down. So I got a couple guys on the short list that I'll look into. I'll send these out to the members if I find something I like with these guys. But Harden under his points, Franz Wagner over his rebounds and assists. Giddy, I just wrote his name down. I got to figure out what specifically if I play anything with him. And then PJ Washington. I wrote those guys' names down. Appreciate you, Bissy, reminding people to hit the like button. What up, Tasha? Good morning. Tasha, what we doing with Boston today? We betting against them? Or we riding with Boston today? Let me know, Tasha. Joseph said he sees an 8.5 on ESPN bet. Boy, people want to bet Brooklyn. Man, maybe AD gonna sit and we just don't got privy. We're not privy to the information. This is a funny comment from Markel. What up, Adam? Says Chris, thanks for the hard work. Gonna go back and listen to the show. Appreciate that. Chico says I got Mavs -10. I just hope the Nets don't want to actually play basketball today. Even if they want to play basketball, their offensive rating is so bad. I don't think that they're gonna be able to score in this spot. And I don't see 8.5. I'm looking at 8.5 for ESPN bet. I see 9.5 on ESPN bet for Dallas at plus 100 right now. Ulysses says hit the like button. This brother is working hard. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that for sure. Brian says nah. Nah. She ain't doing it today. She is not doing it today. Tasha says she chilling today. She good off fading the Celtics. It's not a great spot for the Celtics though. It's not a great spot for the Celtics. I laid it anyway. Do we have another game? I think we do, right? Is it one more? Or is this the last one? Oh, of course we do. My LA Lakers are at the crib playing against the Houston Rockets today. Line opened at 3.5 yesterday. It's up to 5. The total is coming down. Open 224. I think it opened 224.5. Lot of moving parts in this total. So open high actually, open 227. When I saw it, it was at 224, and it got bet down, it got bet up. Now it's going back down again, 223.5. It looks like it's consensus right now, and the line has been pushed to 5. I do not necessarily agree with this line going to 5. No, I'm watching the game last night. I'm watching the Rockets absolutely pummel the Phoenix Suns last night. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what am I missing here? Why is this line moving in favor of the Lakers? I like the Rockets, plus the 5. I do. Will I bet it? I'm not sure. I also like the over. I'm thinking last night this total is going to go up. I'm glad I didn't bet it. So let's get into it. So Rockets on the second leg of a road back-to-back, of course. They smoked Phoenix last night. The Lakers are coming home off the game against Memphis, where they did get a win as a dog as well. Both of these teams, the Houston Rockets don't really need the game as much as the Lakers. The Lakers need this game more. The Lakers are in 4th right now, only a game and a half behind the Denver Nuggets, and they do play the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets got a pretty harsh schedule coming up. Lakers also only 1 game in front of Memphis and 2 games in front of Golden State, 2.5 games in front of Minnesota. So it's not like the Lakers are going to take any of these games serious. They can still get caught and be in a play-in tournament because the Western Conference is so tight right now. So think about that when you're thinking about handicapping this game. The Houston Rockets are 2 games in front of Denver, so they can still get caught as well. I'm just watching how the Rockets pummeled the Phoenix Suns last night, thinking to myself, like, they didn't exert that much energy. I know they're going to get in LA pretty late, but it's not a super long flight from Phoenix to LA. So I like that. I think that's an advantageous matchup for the Rockets. And the Rockets are actually the much better team right now. Recently, the Lakers, like I said, I don't get it. I will say this. The Lakers have the 3rd best home record in the whole NBA. They are 28-9. There's only 2 teams in the NBA that have single-digit losses at home, and that's the Cleveland Cavaliers 32-5 and the Oklahoma City Thunder 32-5. The Lakers are 28-9 at home, so they actually got a better home record than even the Boston Celtics, the Knicks, the Rockets. Like, that's the only thing that is making me think, okay, well, that's what the people are betting on, is that the Lakers play well at home, and they do. If you like the Lakers, you like that they are profitable at home, 24-3 against the spread. They're 9-3. Straight up 8-4 against the numbers at home since the All-Star break. Houston on the second leg of a back-to-back has not been profitable, only 7-9 straight up, 5-10-1 against the spread. The Lakers are 6-3 ATS as home favorites in revenge games. They did lose the most recent game to Houston. Houston does run a lot of pick and roll, 10th in frequency. Lakers and the Lakers are the best perimeter pick and roll defense in the NBA. So those are some reasons to like the Lakers. The Lakers have also played the 10th strongest strength of schedule in their last 5 games. Houston has played a bottom 5 strength of schedule, especially when you factor in the Phoenix Suns last night. So those are some reasons to like the Lakers. If you like the Rockets, though, you like that this team they've literally been printing money outside of on the second leg of a back-to-back in road games, 21-14-1 against the spread last night, after on the road in general after last night. They won 10 of their last 11 games. The Lakers' first home game after a 4-game road trip. Houston has also played well as a dog. They are 9-6-1 against the spread as road dogs. The Lakers are the 3rd worst defensive rated team last 5 games. And Houston also posts up a lot. The Lakers, that could be problematic for the Lakers that don't have a bunch of guys that's going to be able to slow down somebody like Alfred Sengun. So I kind of feel like 5 is too many points. I think this game's going to be played with pace. I think the Rockets offense is something that I kind of trust right now. I'm typically not a big Jalen Green fan, but dude's been hooping. Got to give him his flowers. He's been absolute money recently. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Lakers defensively right now, though. The if you look at it honestly, the Rockets are the better offensive team, defensive team, and better offensive and defensive team in the last 5 games. The Lakers are 27th defensively. I think the Rockets gonna be able to score. I'm looking at the pace. Lakers are 10th in pace. The Rockets are 17th. I think the Lakers gonna pace them up. I know that the Lakers games have gone under after the All-Star break at home. They're 8-4 to the under, but I kind of feel like this game's gonna be played with pace. I like the over, and I like the Rockets. I'm not laying points with the Lakers right now, man. Not with the Lakers. We also know, what do the Lakers like to do? Ever since Luka joined the team, we talked about this yesterday while we like Houston. The Lakers have been a team, not like they're not gonna play hard, but the Lakers have been a team that wants to shoot a bunch of jump shots, especially with Luka being there. Also, Dylan Brooks, I forgot to mention this. Dylan Brooks got thrown out the game last night. He gonna be fresh to go out there and try to, do whatever he do with his little antics against LeBron tonight. Lakers want to shoot a bunch of threes, and Houston's defense is top 5 against the 3-point shot. They're really good against spot up shooters in general. So I don't agree with this going to 5. I think Houston can definitely keep this game close, if not win it outright. Yeah, I think that they can keep it close. Houston is really good against the spot up shot. Lakers not pushing pace. Houston really good in transition defense as well. Yeah, those are my thoughts, man. Let's see what you guys are thinking here. Which game is the 1-800-GAMBLER game? 77 figures, let me know. Rock Faces, what up, Chris? Lakers Celtics money line for me today. Okay. I think they can get the job done. Mark likes Houston +5. I guess Justin likes it as well. He says less cash. Automatic Luka threes. Jalen Green points over. 2 milli says Lakers -4.5 in my pocket. Never mind. Justin on the other side. Brian says Lakers trifecta, and I don't expect anyone to follow. Let's get it, Lakers. Okay. Adam says he likes Houston +5. LJ says under. Okay. Blaze says Rockets lost only 1 game in their last 13. And they have no injuries, so I guess they will win. No cap. So I did want to look into that. I'm glad you mentioned that, Blaze. This triggered a thought that I had in my head. I wanted to see how teams that have won 9 of their last 10 games do when they're instantly a dog on the road in their next game, getting close to 2 possessions. Maybe Houston early too. I feel like the Lakers have been good early though. Like this game is puzzling to me, man. It's one I'll probably just be watching. The Rockets have won 9 of their last 10 games. Outside of losing to Denver, they've won every single game in their last 10. They don't got to look ahead spot. They play the Jazz next. They just beat the Jazz by 11. And the Lakers play the Golden State Warriors on Tuesday. So the Lakers do have more rest. Is this one of those rare spots? Oh, okay. I didn't see this last night. If you've been watching the show for a while, I talk about these spots where the team has more rest before and after the game. It's typically a spot where you can kind of give it everything. And the Rockets, of course, second leg of back-to-back, they got another game on Tuesday. The Lakers don't play again until Wednesday. So the Lakers got more rest before and after this game. Maybe that's why the line is moving that way. I'm trying to make it make sense, man. I do still think we see some buyback, though. I do think we see some buyback. This open 3.5, went to 4, 5, 5.5, back down to 5, back down to 4.5. So yeah, it's some battling in the market in this one. I don't agree with the total coming down, though. I think it's going to be a little bit more of an over game with the total just being at 223.5. Brooks got ejected last night. Does that mean he's out for the Lakers game? I doubt it, Swish. I think he's going to be playing. 2 milli says Braun over his points, rebounds, and assists. P says he likes the Rockets +5. I love it. Says he likes the over. I like the over as well. Young OG says it's +5.5 on ESPN Bet. Okay. Brian says Lakers first quarter at home is automatic. Lakers first quarter for Swish. Young Legs and Udoka sees red when the matchup is Braun and them Young Legs. Rockets +5 top play. 77 figure says I would be betting Houston +5 before I laid it. I agree. I Yeah, they look good, Frankie. They look good. They're playing serious basketball right now. Timberwolves are for sure. Oh, the Nets game. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, I don't think that's a 1-800 gambling game though. 7 figures. I like Dallas. I do like Dallas. KB Jr. says LeBron got to score more for them to win. If you're Ime, do you put Dylan Brooks on? You probably put Dylan Brooks on Braun, right? Because of the size, and then you put Amin Thompson on Luka. But you know what Luka gonna do? I mean, pick and roll. You're gonna put Jalen Green in that pick and roll. Him and Fred VanVleet. Barbecue chicken. Luka going crazy tonight. Barbecue chicken. Nobody else on that team is gonna be able to guard Luka tonight. Not betting Jalen Green on the second leg of a back-to-back. He played great last night. Wouldn't surprise me if he had 8 tonight, Steven. That's just my thought process. Antoine says Rockets on a 6-game road winning streak as well. Lakers claim to be focusing on defense. We'll see, Mark says. 27th defensive rated team last 5 games, Mark. I can't put my money on it. Rockets minus 11 for Quince. You know, here we come with the disrespect. We got to stop it. This is how I know I've been reading too many comments. NBA is more fun with a good Pistons team. I agree with that. I love the way that they play basketball. I'm a big Pistons fan. They're a big, physical, strong team. It's not out there. Like I love Thompson. Everybody except Tobias. It's like, nah, Tobias, all right. Going Mufasa, that's a fact. Yeah, Bron ain't going for that. But this is the type of game that Bronny probably won't even touch the floor. Probably won't touch the floor in this one. Somebody will break out the Beasley shimmy tonight. They better do it in a win. Beasley was shimmying in the second quarter and couldn't buy a shot in the fourth and ended up getting smoked last night. I saw him out there shimmying. All right, let's get off of here, man. I've been talking for way too long. Recap. Oh, the other games. There's only one that I didn't go through, and honestly, I'm not going through it. It is the Utah game. What I wrote in my notes is Colin Sexton is questionable. Walker Kessler is out, and Lauri Markkanen is out. That's what I wrote in my notes, and that's all I'm gonna say about the game. I have no idea. Utah don't want to win. Charlotte don't want to win. I'm not laying points with either team. Charlotte did open as a 2-point dog. They're now a 1-point favorite, but they don't want to win. Utah don't want to win either. So, yeah, best of luck, man. Best of luck with that one. Not touching it. Recap for me, Miami and Boston. I bet them today. Bet both of them today. -4, -8. The other leans are, and I'm going to get to the win. I'm not making 2 plays today, man. I'm firing off today. I am firing off. I like the Sacramento team total under 114.5. Oh, snap. Is that moving? I think it is moving now because the total is dropping for the full game. Can I still get a 114.5? I can, but it's starting to get juice. So we will add that. I ain't waiting no more for that. So let's just go ahead and change this to green. I will be on Sacramento team total under today. Under 114.5. They play too slow. I mentioned the Pacers being 9-3 to the under since the All-Star break. I'm locking that in right now. I'm playing it on ESPN. No, I'm playing it on DraftKings. If you got Hard Rock, which they always limit me, you can get a -105, but I'll take the -115. FanDuel got a -114, so we're going over to FanDuel. I'm playing that. The Kings team total under. OKC, I'll wait on the injury report, see who actually plays for them. But I am going to add the Sacramento team total under. Also, it's a couple other games that we got to go through real quick. Never mind, it's -120 now, so I got to find it on a different book. My eyes not updating quick enough, but I will be on Sacramento team total under. All right, so the other games that we talked about, I really want the Clippers today. I think that they are the right side as well. So LAC -2.5, I think is the right side. Chicago, OKC, already wrote that up there as well. Brooklyn, Dallas, I want Dallas, man. I know the market is bringing it down, so I'm not going to bet it. We'll see where it finishes at. But Dallas minus the 9 or Brooklyn team total under 104.5, I think are both good money today. And then I do kind of like Houston plus the 5. I really, really do. And I like the over in the game as well. You can get a 223.5 right now on DraftKings, it looks like. Houston and LAL over 223.5. I think points are going to be scored. Don't trust the Lakers defense. The Rockets offense has been looking good. The Lakers should be able to, I think they'll find a way to score with Luka and LeBron and AR. Forget about my guy, Austin Reeves. All right, so 3 official plays for me today. Whatever it is that you guys are betting, I hope you cash it. Resources are all here. Remember, jaXon likes, what did I say jaXon like? I can't remember. jaXon likes the over between the Kings and the Pacers. I disagree. jaXon also likes Kobe White up and over his points plus rebounds at 28.5. So those are the plays that jaXon likes today. Outlier, I showed you how to use it. There's a 7-day free link in the trial in the description. Moneyballer 50% off using code ChrisBeCappinn, 2 P's, 2 N's. A great resource to handicap the games as well. Odds Jam for the Sportsbook screen page, all those great things. Whatever it is that you're betting, best of luck, man. Enjoy your Monday, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm out.